NFL offseason contracts, 5 genius moves and 5 huge mistakes. Training camp is heating up, bringing a flurry of new extensions. But the moves that will really impact this NFL season, those were made months ago during free agency. Now that the dust has settled, we had time to examine the biggest offseason deals. Today, we're breaking down the 5 riskiest contracts and the 5 absolute best bets from this past offseason. Let's dive in. First up, a risky one. The Dolphins, 3-year, $67.5 million deal for quarterback Willis, with $45 million guaranteed. This feels like a massive overpay for a fifth-year signal caller who only has 6 pro starts. While he showed spectacular flashes with the Packers, replicating that magic in a rebuilding South Florida team could be incredibly tough. His previous struggles as a QB1 with the Titans, combined with this hefty contract and sky-high expectations, could sink this signing before it even gets going. Miami demands a lot from its starting quarterback, a standard set by legends like Dan Marino, and Willis has huge shoes to fill. Next, receiver Pierce's 4-year, $114 million extension with the Colts, including $84 million guaranteed. It's rare for a WR2 to smoothly step into a WR1 role, but Pierce is attempting just that as the Colts' top option. While he's averaged over 20 yards per catch recently, he'll now face defenses entirely focused on shutting him down with top corners and complex zone schemes. This is a daunting challenge for an unproven go-to receiver, and the Colts could quickly regret this deal if he doesn't dominate. The Panthers brought in Lloyd on a 3-year, $42 million deal with $25 million guaranteed. He's a big play specialist, coming off a fantastic 2025 season with the Jaguars, where he racked up 5 interceptions and 81 tackles. However, that breakout year overshadowed a very inconsistent tenure in Jacksonville, where he was benched multiple times and had his 5th-year option declined. While a new scheme unlocked his talents there, he'll need to make a similar transition in Carolina, playing up to both high expectations and this significant contract. He was a Pro Bowler in 2025 as part-time player, often coming off the field on third downs. The Panthers are betting that more playing time means even more splash plays. They'll definitely need them to justify this investment. Next, the Commanders' 4-year, $96 million gamble on pass rush OA with $68 million guaranteed. Washington desperately needed a consistent pass rush, but OA is definitely a boom or bust player. He has 30.5 career sacks over 5 seasons, with most of them coming since 2023. But he started as a developmental player with a limited toolkit, leading to notable droughts, like failing to register a single sack in his final 5 games in Baltimore. While a creative scheme in LA helped him rack up sacks last year, the Commanders' defensive coordinator will need to unlock his exotic pressures to help OA capitalize on winnable matchups. Finally, for the riskiest, the Titans' 3-year, $58 million deal for cornerback Taylor with $42 million guaranteed. Their pass defense desperately needed a top-tier cover corner. Taylor was a hot commodity after a standout year as a slot corner for the Saints. However, in Tennessee, he's expected to transition to the CB1 role, primarily playing outside to shut down opposing number 1 receivers. The upgrade in competition in that division alone, with targets like Nico Collins, Alec Pierce, and Brian Thomas Jr., will quickly show if Taylor is truly worth this $20 million a year contract as an outside corner. Now on to the best bets. First, the Vikings' phenomenal 1-year, $1.3 million deal for quarterback Murray, with a 0 guaranteed. For a veteran's minimum, Minnesota snagged a former No. 1 overall pick, an offensive rookie of the year, and a 2-time Pro Bowler. While his tenure in Arizona had a rough end, Murray is arguably the most talented quarterback head coach Kevin O'Connell has worked with in Minnesota. This could lead to their most dynamic and explosive offense yet. Murray is still in his prime and has every reason to be fueled by his doubters, ready to rewrite his story with a huge bounce-back season. Next, cornerback Willis' 1-year, $12 million deal with the Eagles, fully guaranteed. Wolin joins a loaded secondary, already featuring all-pro caliber talent. His size, length, and speed make him incredibly difficult to throw over on the perimeter, with defensive coordinator Vic Fangio tweaking his scheme to perfectly fit Wolin's sticky man-to-man coverage skills. This Eagles defense is set to frustrate opposing passers. This combination of player and scheme is a perfect match, making Wolin's contract look like one of the biggest steals of the offseason. The Texans' 2-year, $20 million deal for offensive lineman Smith, with $13.5 million guaranteed, might not have grabbed headlines, but it's a huge move. After watching C.J. Stroud struggle behind a patchwork O-line, Houston invested big in the trenches. Smith, a former division rival, provides much-needed protection for Stroud and will open up running lanes for David Montgomery. If he can stay healthy, this bargain deal could finally stabilize an offense that has held the Texans back from being true Super Bowl contenders, despite their star-studded defense. For the Chiefs, running back Walker's 3-year, $43.05 million deal with $28.7 million guaranteed is a game-changer. Forget the debate about running back value. Walker's arrival makes it easier for Patrick Mahomes to reclaim his undisputed QB1 crown. Without an explosive run game, defenses could use two high safety looks to shut down the deep ball, forcing Mahomes into short, dink-and-dunk plays. Walker, who flashed take-over-the-game potential in Seattle, will force defensive coordinators to respect the run. Otherwise, Andy Reid will punish them with a creative ground attack. This signing could not only elevate the Chiefs' offense, but also help restore the perceived value of running backs across the league. And finally, the Chargers' 3-year, $30 million deal for center Bayardas, with $20 million guaranteed. After seeing Justin Herbert take a beating last season, the Chargers desperately needed to upgrade their offensive line. Bayardas, while not a blue-chip talent, brings much-needed physicality, toughness, and competitiveness to a unit that was often bullied. He provides Herbert with an experienced trench warrior, skill in identifying protections and making line adjustments. Given their urgent need, this addition should significantly help the Chargers protect their star QB and remain viable contenders this season.